Welcome back, everybody. This is Chris for Geek Tech Live. I appreciate everything that everybody's done, and this episode is brought to you by little old me. So if you really like the show and you want to say thank you, please, especially it's Christmas right now, I have all my photography up at geektechlive.smugmug.com, and not only is it good and cool and fun to look at, but you can also buy a print and give them. They make great gifts. The prices are extremely good. You can also use some coupon codes. There's GeekTechLive25 for 25% off anything in the portfolio. And again, that is geektechlive.smugmug.com. All right, in this episode of Geek Tech Live, we're going to talk about the Kindle Fire 7-inch. They come in a base and a HD models, and there's some really great price points right now. Christmas is just around the corner. If you haven't already decided to buy something, I highly recommend checking them out for all of the book lovers, music lovers, book lovers, music lovers, magazine lovers. I mean, it's not just a book reader's tablet anymore. So without further ado, let's talk about the basics of the Kindle Fire 7-inch tablet. All right, so recently Kindle Fire had released their Kindle Fire 7-inch tablet. Now there's two flavors of this tablet. We're going to start talking about their base model, which is basically just the Kindle Fire 7-inch tablet. It comes in two different price points, depending on whether or not you want to have sort of ads, I guess would be the best way of saying it, on your screensaver. The base model with the ads is $159. The actual no ads, ad-free, if you will, Kindle Fire 7-inch is $174. They all come with Wi-Fi, 8 gigs of RAM, and it is basically 40% faster than the current Kindle Fire that I own. And it came out approximately about 6 months after I bought my Kindle Fire. So I'm really happy about that. Really happy about that. Anyways, so Kindle Fire 7-inch base comes with those very basic screen, basic memory. It does have Wi-Fi and it works. And I hate to say it, but I have the previous model and it works. I really like it. I use it for reading. I use it for Netflix, streaming music, streaming movies. It just works. So if you're looking for a cheap gift to give to somebody that is a book lover, Netflix user, likes their magazines, the Kindle Fire non-HD is a good pick, and it's not, I wouldn't say ultra cheap. It's not a $50 item, but it's actually a very nice tablet that works extremely well. It is, like I said, faster than the previous version, and I would highly recommend checking that one out. There's not a lot of specs that I'm going to go into with that one. We're going to talk a little bit more about sort of the one that's being really talked about right now, and that is the Kindle Fire HD 7-inch tablet. Hey, so what has the option of 16 or 32 gigs of RAM? Can either be ads, about $199, or without ads, $214. Approximately 1280 by 800 for a high definition screen, and come with Dolby Audio. If you answered the Kindle Fire 7-inch HD, or the Kindle Fire HD 7-inch, for those of you who are not complete idiot presenters, then you're right. So the basic premise here is the fact that the screen itself on the older Kindle is not really up to snuff. It doesn't give you the greatest picture. And granted, for what you may use it for, the base version I just talked about might be perfect. It might actually be exactly what you need, and you can save a few bucks by doing it. Now, if you really are into movies and you only watch ripped down Blu-rays or streaming movies in HD, and you feel like, you know, the pixel count really matters to me, plus the audio really matters to me, or if 8 gigs is just not going to do it for you, and you know, I'm gonna need 16 or 32 gigs of RAM, then this is the one. It's the perfect size. It is the Kindle Fire HD 7-inch tablet. The prices I quoted, the $199 and the $214, are for the 16 gig. It does go up for the 32 gig Kindle Fire HD, but the screen on this is absolutely fantastic. I will say that. I'll say this. The screen is extremely clear, extremely crisp, and extremely bright. I could tell there was a difference with the screen itself between the Kindle Fire base model, if you will, the 7-inch tablet, or the Kindle Fire HD 7-inch tablet. The movies themselves did look a little bit better. There is a much faster render as far as video, just seems snappier. Overall, if you're already going to spend around 174, and 8 gigs is kind of going to maybe, you know, sort of fill up sooner than you think, it's 174, or with ads it's 199, or without ads it's 214. So you can kind of see where their price points are. It's very easy for you to kind of go, well, I want the Kindle Fire 7-inch, but I don't want it with ads. But okay, so now it's 174, okay, 175, all right, fine, I'll round up. Well, hey, look at that, for $25 more I can get an Kindle Fire HD 7-inch for only $199, almost $200. Okay, wow, that's great. Well, I don't really like the ads. Well, for another $15, you can get the 16 gig without ads. Now you're in the HD, and you've never even thought twice about the fact that you didn't buy the non-HD model. It's a very slippery slope, and I know that I suffer from that as well as I'm sure everybody else out there. It really comes down to budgeting and exactly what you want to be able to spend, and whether or not the person that you're giving it to, if it's yourself or if it's other people, are actually going to even use all that or be able to see it. I could tell you that for a fact. I've done side-by-side comparisons with a handful of other people, including my parents, and they don't always see it. They don't always hear the difference or see the difference that high definition can make on a small tablet. And a lot of people are okay with the non-HD version. So it really does come down to your choices. But I did want to make sure that we talked a little bit about the differences. They're on Amazon's website right now, and they're going very fast from what I've been seeing. The Kindle Fire HDs are really a fantastic option if you're big into movies, big into streaming, and you do take with you a lot of books, magazines, movies, games, that type of thing. It does have Wi-Fi. They do have some higher optioned ones that have LTE. But again, you're spending more and more money. I'm looking for things that are, with Christmas, again, only a couple of weeks away. Something that you can actually look at, buy, find, that's not going to break the bank. And for what this is, I didn't think I was going to be a big Kindle user, to be honest with you. It actually turned out to be one of the big go-to things I tend to use a lot. I tend to take it on trips. I tend to use that way more than anything else, and I really like it. So I figured I'd talk a little bit about it and the basic structures behind the Kindle Fire. I don't really like to go into extremely great detail. I'm not going to rip apart a Kindle Fire on camera and show you all the cool things that you probably don't really even care about. I will tell you this, from a price point perspective, it's a pretty easy choice, and if you ask me, and really it comes down to usability and what you're going to use it for. So if you're going to, like I said, use it only for some basic stuff and give it to, let's just say, a teenager, you might just want to give the base model version. It might not really matter. Now again, if they use it a lot and you know that they're going to be a big reader and they're going to be taking a lot of things with them, or it's a family device where there's going to be a lot of stuff downloaded to it, then you probably want to spend a little bit more and get the bigger 16 gigs or more, and actually go up to the 32. So which one do you choose? That's up to you, but I wanted to make sure we talked a little bit about the Kindle Fire 7-inch non-HD as well as the HD. So in the end, really, what we're trying to say is that I really like the Kindle Fire. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about it. I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of the pricing that's out there and the fact that they're probably not going to run out. I wouldn't make a run for the bank at this point and try to knock down Amazon's doors. But if with Christmas again coming right around the corner, and you want to get something ordered really quick and be able to get it wrapped, and get it under the tree, now is the time to probably make that decision. And I think as far as a gift goes from a technology standpoint, it's one of the easier, cheaper fixes that you can do to throw a couple $100 at and get a really nice gift that's going to last for a long time. Battery life on these guys are fantastic. They last for days, even with a color display, even with daily use. It actually works quite well. I have probably 1,000 books, literally 1,000 books on my 8 gig. Let's just put this in perspective of how big the sizes really end up being. I have about 1,000 books on my 8 gig. I still have enough room to download individual shows from Amazon Prime to watch offline, as obviously streaming doesn't take any internal storage when you're streaming. But anything else, it really does take up very little amount of room. Books themselves are very small. They don't take up a lot of space. So keep that in mind when you're out there shopping and thinking about things. Until next time, I'm going to end this episode on a happy note and just kind of say I appreciate everybody listening and talking about the shows. I've been getting thousands of hits from everybody on YouTube and on Blip TV, and I really appreciate everybody getting out there, viewing my show, thumbs upping it on YouTube and sharing it across the internet. Again, if you go to geektechlive.smugmug.com, all my photos are up for sale. I'm using that as an experiment right now. So all that sales go funneled back into SmugMug and also funnel back into the show. So I appreciate everybody who has already bought photos from there. Until next time, this is Chris for Geek Tech Live. We'll talk about another, hopefully more interesting topic. I hope you actually had fun, and I'll talk to you soon.